Hey Resin Maniacers, model kitters alike, YouTubers, everyone who tunes into us because you're devoted fans of model kits, you love sculpting and painting, or you really have nothing better to do. Well, here we are back again with, this time we got a real big box. And looking at it, let's see, it's addressed to me, but the from address says Mark Brokaw, Earthbound Studios. So, could it be a big head to go with my big head? I don't know. We're gonna open it this way to see. Oops, I slammed it down a little too hard. We know it's from Earthbound Studios, so we know it is gonna be really, really well cast. And we know the subject matter is probably going to be awesome because they never really mess with anything that's not cool. And we're going to open this up. This is a good sized box here. And lots of peanuts. We're moving it. The support brace. We don't need that anymore. I'm gonna open, I can't, need a trash bag or something. Well, we're gonna dig. This is the fun part. Let's see. Ooh. I see a head there. And alright. Very large sized body. Dig around a little more. It feels like some kind of back plate. So this is the fun part. Bricks. Just making sure I don't have anything small before I get this. Another face or back plate. Good Lord. Okay, so far we can see this is a lot of damn kit. And more packing. So I believe we got a lot of damn kit out. Okay. Well, through my many years of model kitting, I can pretty much infer we're looking at the base here. And you know, whenever you first open the box, at first you're like, screw that base. I want to see the figure. Alright, so oops. Looks like some kind of hands or arms. And here we go. Let's see what we have. Ooh, it's a bun. Yes. All right. Yeah. What we have here is Vlad's Wrath, brought to you by Pestilence Labs, aka Mark Mwarthling. Vlad's Wrath is based on Vladimir Dracula, Gary Oldman, the old man Dracula from Bram Stoker's Dracula, directed by Francis Ford Coppola. And wow, man, oh man, okay, back on clock. Looking at it right out of the gate, just looking at the portrait. Usually I kind of open, but I got to stop a minute and just check. Looking at the portrait. Now, in the hobby, we have seen a lot of kits from this movie. And one of the reasons why it's, in my opinion, the best Dracula movie made. That is closest to the book of Bram Stoker's Dracula. The other reason is the design of the movie, the wardrobe design, the makeup effects, everything is just, and it stars the perfect guy to play this type of Dracula, Gary Oldman, the modern day Lon Chaney, because this man can literally disappear into any look or role. And so that's why we've seen so many kits, but none has grabbed me. I mean, this is just the curl of the tongue, how he molded that, and the teeth, and the way the likeness is just stunning. No, I can't come up with a better word. Man, and the hair, and just looking at the molding quality, there is barely the faintest mold line that I rub my thumb on it and I can't even feel it. So most likely I wouldn't even sand that at all. I would just prime it first and see what still shows through the primer, which feeling it might not, you might have to sand a little on the left. Well, yeah. That is, but the likeness is sculpted by Jeff Yeager, and holy crap. The way the hair just goes up onto, I mean, he has captured this look, and I wouldn't go as far as a snarl, but almost because this is depicted from the scene, if you've seen a few pictures of the molding and casting, and the sculpt, this is depicted when he bursts through the window. So, let's see what we have here. What we're looking at here is, oh my God, this is his right arm, and he just, right out of the gate, he nailed those fingers, those famous long fingers, and that grip that he does, well, he does, and it's almost like oh man. And then he really outdid himself here, because you could see some bone and muscle structure, but it just looks like frail skin is just laying on top. And the nails are perfect. And I'm supposed to direct a lot of this towards the camera, but this is a piece that has really pulled me in, and the key is really not. All right, on to the next piece. Okay. Oh man, this is perfect. You have the right arm in like an angry clutch, and then the left is just that gnarl, almost like, I mean, he does it, but it also, the way the fingers are, reminds you of that Bela Lugosi. And you know, we review a lot of Yeager stuff here. Yeager pops up a lot in our hobby for a reason. And man, he outdid himself on this one. All right, on to the body here. And what we're looking at here feels nice and hardy. There we go. Okay, and here we are with just the body. And looking at the folds in the fabric, just starting out, he did a wonderful job just catching those little divots that like that silk satin-esque robe he wore had, you know. And it's very, very delightfully imposing. We're looking at it here, and this is like basically kind of a 1/5 scale kit. He's on a base, but you're looking at just over 12, almost 13 inches tall figure, just under 14 with the base, and here's the size right here. But we're going to put it over right there, and there you have it. I mean, and that's a 6 scale figure. This thing is huge. Now the body feels it's solid cast on the bottom. You can feel that, and it's hollow cast on the top. And as you can see, there's a very large key right here we can assume will go to the base. So I assume that's the key, it's solid on the bottom to give it a nice anchoring point. But before we dig into that, let's check out the head fit to the arm fit. And what we're looking at here is it slides just perfectly in. And a big concern will be that ponytail connection. Are you going to need putty? Well, to tell the truth, probably not, but a little might not hurt either. All right, what we're looking at, you got a tiny gap there, but then again, the way his head's tilting and turning, I mean, it could move and do that. So with the proper amount of shading, let me make sure I got that right. Yeah, with the proper amount of shading, you might not need to putty it at all, or if you do find you have to, what I would do at that point then is I would put a little bit of Aves, down there, and then I do my best with a, just a real small, fine, dental tool or something like that, sculpt the lines, just do your best to match, and you don't have to bring it down. You can end it, you can actually end your sculpting right there. So all you gotta do is just match this part right here, a little piece of saran wrap, squish it down and leave it. So when you squish it down, what it's going to do is it's going to basically what it's going to do is just make that piece there. You've got a perfect connection, because this is a piece you want to paint this beautiful portrait off the body so you can turn it and move it. And once again, it is just, could be the best Old Man Vlad kit so far. And then what we're looking at here is for a connection piece for the arms. Now, there wasn't really a seam, like a sewn in seam, and a lot of times what sculptors do, Jaeger will do it too, is they'll use the natural break of the clothing to give you a natural seam line. But as we can see, it's not a real bad matchup. You can see the key going in on that point right there, but some Aves and some patience, and you can literally just make it look like a natural fold or crease in the piece. So what I would do is I would just, get your Aves sculpted on right there. And if you're feeling a little iffy with using the saran wrap, you can put a little baby powder right there, squink it on, and you're going to have a nice natural fold and crease. Because once again, I'm going to do my best to paint these hands off of the figure, because they're magnificent. The detail he put in the hands alone is amazing. And the mold lines on the arms, there's a very faint one on the hand, and I mean faint. And out of the gate, I'm not seeing anything on the left hand. It almost looks like that's just ready to paint. And looking at the body, I'm sure molding this, I remember keeping up with his post. He was talking about how it was, something he had never done before. And I only see a mold line on where it doesn't count, because that's where it connects to the base. No, it's Earthbound Studios. There's a faint one. There's a faint one. So once again, I highly recommend, before I would do any type of sanding or anything, is I would prime this figure first. Because you're going to see it's going to cover up a lot of the very faint molding. Now, let's check out the base, what we got going on here. Okay, looking at the back here, very nice piece. So that leaves us here with the bottom. Okay, well, what we're looking at here with the base, first off, yeah, just wash it and prime it. It's perfect. Nice and hardy, nice and sturdy, and we're looking at more of the train because, as you remember, his robe was like 38 feet long. And we're going to test this key in and see how it does. And what we're looking at, you get the ever so slight. Jaeger really did a great job with this. You get the ever so slight, it's going to want to drop forward just a hair. Now, there are a couple things you can do with this. One, because I would keep them removable, taken to and from shows. But what I would do with how that just kind of ever so slightly does that is I would simply place rare earth magnets in the bottom of the base here and here. So when you clip that in, it's not going anywhere. I would also put a rare earth magnet in the key point too. This little slump you get here, this little bit that just kind of goes, it's not terrible, but what do you expect? You're looking at a piece that defies gravity. You know, you're looking at a kit that is doing something, well, I don't think any kit's ever really done straight out of the box, and that is float. And once you get this on, I mean, you just look at how impressive this is. And then you look, you add the back here, and there's a nice little keyed slot for that, for the back there. So, I mean, we're looking at a great display. And it's the way I'm sitting right now, I can tell from my side, we're looking at, we're going this way. You know, so you got, or you could do it straight on. And what we're going to do is add the walls here and here. And just looking at the base already alone, you could tell it lends itself to some great add-ons. You could make a stained glass window, and you could get a hold of Matthew Lawrence at Star Lighting Projects and have him make a little lightning bolt going off behind it. Or you could wait if you want to add on, and because Mark is having Joe Simon do a nice little add-on piece up here of the front of the brides, because this is from the scene where he busts in on the brides. And that piece will be available as soon as he can possibly do it. But as of right now, this piece is available right now. Now what you're looking at is, you know, a piece this size, this imposing, this much of a premium piece. I almost lost the head there. I mean, look at the base alone. Oh, man. Oh, if I could keep from killing it. This is a huge freaking piece. And you can see it next to the Horizon Frankenstein here. And we're looking at, from there off the gate, we're looking at over 14.5 inches tall for a 6-scale piece. So a piece like this is $230 free shipping in the United States. $230 shipped. Now, all you international guys are like, well, what's he going to do for me? What's he going to do for me? Well, what we're looking at, he'll do the $230 and just add on. He's going to use the $30 as to help with the difference of the shipping. So you guys across the pond, you can get a hold of it as well too for a very, very reasonable price. Once again, this is done by Pestilence Labs. That's Mark Mwarthling. You'll know him because he does the 3 Hellboy busts by Joe Simon. He did the release of Anthony Hopkins as Dr. Van Helsing from Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula. He did the Ben Chapman Frankenstein. And you can reach him at I just want to be sure, so I'm going to grab my notes. mwarthling at cfl.rr.com. All right? And in all my excitement from the beginning of the video, I forgot to mention, you're probably wondering about his famous golden dragons on his red robe. Well, Mark has a company that is doing professionally made water slide decals for it. They will be included in the kit. If you're wondering where mine are, well, we got this out as fast as we could to get it on review, and I'm just lucky that way. So, because I got one of the very first castings, and generally too, I even went as far as I made me a whole nice big outline to cover this piece because I was so excited, and as soon as I opened the box and saw that portrait, my mind went blank. So, just to recap real quick, and sorry for my befuddlement, but this is a stunning piece. It's a showstopper right out of the box, as it is, and what you're looking at too with it, again, you could do so many add-ons. You could add little books, puddles of blood, again, the stained glass window, but remember, the brides are coming. And that's going to be a pop-on piece. So you can leave it as is. And just looking at the sculpt, because a lot of times when I review these pieces, you guys get to see the front, and I'm just seeing the back here. But the folds and creases that he has put into this robe are just stunning. It's jaw-dropping. Yeager really outdid himself this time. And again, this is available right now. Hit up mwarthling at cfl.rr.com or Mark Warthling on Facebook. And that is WARTHLING on Facebook. He can get it out to you like that, shipped, and they are coming with the decals now. And also, if you're going to be at Jersey Fest, swing by his table. The master paint up should be ready by then and will be on display at Jersey Fest, which I'm not able to go, but I'd love to go, even though I already have this piece and I am, shitting with glee because I do and you don't. I still would love to see the build up at Jersey Fest. It's going to be a showstopper for sure. And if you want to shit with glee just like me, hit Mark up. $230 ship. And I know, generally that's a pretty large price for a kit, but I mean, a kit of this magnitude that I keep dropping over, believe me, it really does go together well. It just, glue and pins tend to help these model kits stay together really well. But a kit of this magnitude for $230, you're not going to beat that. That is a ridiculous price. And just the detail alone that Yeager put in the base and the stonework is just amazing. It's phenomenal work. But all in all, what's going to be the showstopper? What are you going to notice? Is it the detail in the hands? That wrinkled skin that just seems to be laying over just old anatomy like tissue paper? Is it that just the old man's tongue and mouth and that just is kind of freaking gross? The likeness to Oldman? Or is it the fact that it defies gravity, or it's one of the biggest 6-scale pieces you'll see? I mean, this gets thrown around, oh, it's going to be a Grail, it's going to be a Grail. This is going to be a Grail kit. If you sit on your butt and wait, you're going to be on the forums and the Facebook groups looking for this, and you're going to pay, $400 or $500 for it by then, which he could reasonably charge today. He could very well reasonably charge you $350 for this, free shipping, and it'd still be a deal. So once again, guys and gals in the hobby across the world, as always, thanks so much for tuning in to Resin Maniacs TV. Thanks so much, as always, for supporting us. If you have any comments or questions, hit us up on the Resin Maniacs board. If you'd like your kit reviewed, get a hold of us. Let us know. But don't wait around long for this one. It's not going to be around long. I can guarantee you that. And until next time, We'll see you later.